Welcome to my YouTube channel CATverse. Today video we are going to cover Constraint Toolbar, where we are going to see Constraint Defined Dialog Box, Constraint, Fix Tool, Animate Constraint, Edit Multi-Constraint, Contact Constraint and Auto Constraint. So let's start with first option, Constraint Defining Dialog Box. So here let's create some lines. So I created that lines that is not straight, and I want to make that line to be straight. So this line I want to make it vertical, that line I want to make it horizontal. We'll select this line, click on this option, Constraint Defining Dialog Box, and here we can choose the option like vertical, do OK. So here you can see the symbol V will be added, that is defining that line become vertical. Again we'll select the line, this will be enabled, click on this and click on horizontal. Like that we can apply horizontal vertical relationship. Next, I'll create one line which is not touching this line. I want that two lines to be joined. We'll select the point of this line, press Ctrl button, we'll select this point, we click on Constraint Define Dialog Box and click on Coincidence option and do OK. So like that we can coincide the object, or maybe I created object and that is not coinciding with that line, I want to coincide with that line. I'll select this point, press Ctrl, select this line, go to the option and take coincidence. So like that we can coincide the objects. Next, I'll create one arc here. Let's take 3-point arc. So this become tangent, but initially if anything don't become tangent and we want to make it tangent, so how we'll do. So first of all, let me join them by making coincidence. We'll select both and go the option and take coincidence. Now I want that to be made properly tangent with that, smooth, and we'll select this arc, press Ctrl, select the line and go to the option, we'll choose tangent. Now here that line get modified. Why? Because we haven't defined the dimension. If you want anything will not modify, you have to add constraint. So this constraint toolbar we can use it for adding dimensions. So that won't allow you to modify the object when we applying a relation. Next, let's create the ellipse. I created ellipse here. Now if you want to show the maximum and minimum distance on the ellipse, we'll select the ellipse and go to the option and choose semi-major axis and semi-minor axis and OK. So like that way we can add dimension to ellipse by using Constraint Defining Dialog Box. Next, if you want to add a length on any line, you click on the line and go to this and take option length. We can add a distance, or any 2 points between you want to add a distance, you can select point 1, point 2, you want to add a distance between them, you can go to that and take option distance. We can add a distance between 2 points, or anywhere if you want to show angle between two objects, you can also add angle also. I select this line and select this line, we'll click on option and we'll go to the option angle, it will be add the angle between them. Next we'll see if you want to make any object parallel to another, how we can do. I'll draw one line and I want that line become parallel to this line. We'll select this line, press Ctrl button, click on this line and go to the option, take parallel. Similar way, if you want to maintain perpendicular to any object, selecting this line and this line, go to the option, click on perpendicular and do OK. Like that we can maintain perpendicular. Next we'll see how to maintain concentric. I'll make circle. If you have circle or arc, anything you want to maintain at same center, you can use it. Here let me add dimensions also. We can add diameter. Let's make this 30 diameter. I'll give some dimension to this. Why I'm doing this? So that object do not change its dimension. Now again we'll select the circle first, press Ctrl, second circle, go to the option and using concentric method. Like that we can make it concentric. Even you want to use dimensions from the Constraint Defined Dialog Box, you select the circle and go to the Constraint Defined Dialog Box and use radius or diameter, it will be add the dimension. Next, we can also make dimension between 2 points. We can make points to be equidistant. Suppose I have some line, I'll draw one line here. One line let me draw here and one more line I'll draw. If I want all line to become equal distance, we can use equidistance option. We'll select first this option we'll select this point, press Ctrl, we're selecting this line, this point, and this I want to make it equal. So we'll go to the option, constraint defining dialog box. Now I want that the gap will be maintained everywhere. We'll use equidistance, do OK. So this is how you can make it equidistance. First we have to select the object, fixed object, then we have to select the object that we have to modify, and then which distance we have to make equal, then we have to select third object. Like this we did the modify equidistance option. Next, if you want to make symmetrical object anywhere, we'll just make, like for example, I just made a rectangle and that is not equal about the center. I want that should become equal about center. Select line 1 and line 2. By pressing Ctrl, we'll select the third axis also, and we'll go to the option and we'll use symmetric option. We can select point also. We can select that points, point 1, point 2, and we can use again by pressing Ctrl axis and choose option symmetric. So that will become equaled about center. So these are all about the constraint options. Now if you want to fix anything with the size, you can use fix option. So that won't vary if you change. We can fix this line also. I want to fix this line as well. So do OK. Let's select completely and make it fix. So now it won't move from its origin. Why this is moving? Because this is not defined. This is white color. White color means that is underdefined, and green color means that is defined. So like that way also we can fix something. Next we'll see constraint option. So anything we'll take and create here. To define the dimension, we'll use constraint toolbox. Now if I want to define this, we'll just define by taking constraint. We can add all the dimension. We'll just add all whatever we need to give the dimensions. Now to edit the dimension, we can double click on that and we can edit the dimensions. So like that I edited all the dimension. Now still my diagram is not defined in green color. Half is green and half is not green. The object has defined completely. So if you move, you can see it is moving completely, but it is not become completely green, because whenever we're defining something, we have to define the dimension from origin. So I have to define from horizontal vertical axis. We'll take again constraint option. We can define, let's cancel it. Again we'll take constraint option, we'll select this axis and I'm picking this, and we can define the distance where it is located from the origin in X. So Y, it has already become coincide, so we need to define this Y distance. If I delete this relation, then I have to define Y distance as well, means because this is free in this direction. If relations are given, then no need to define that, but if relations are not there, we have to define the dimension where it is located. So like this way we can constrain. Now if I make anything extra object, like if I make a circle here and the circle is coincide with this line, let me delete this. We can see when we create anything, it will take some relations, so you can delete the relations. Now let me add a dimension to the circle. This is 14. Now we want to locate the circle because the circle is free to move, so that's why it's not defined. If we add the dimension on this circle, that becomes perfectly defined. Let's make this is 20, and we'll add one more dimension with respect to this line, to this point. This is 20. So the circle position is defined, so that's become complete defined. So this is how we can make the objects to be defined on the screen. Next, we have option here, contact constraint. So with this particular constraint, we can make object to be concentric and tangent. So first let's make one circle. I'm making here, and let's create one circle here, and we'll define dimension for both circles. Let's make this to be 40. Let's make this to be 50. And now I want to make concentric. We just take the option contact constraint. We'll select object 1 and object 2. You can see that become concentric with each other. Next, if I have any object and I want to maintain tangency with that, let's create one line and I'll make one circle. Let me define the distance for the line. Okay, let's define the circle first, and we'll define the distance for this line as well. And also I'll locate where it is located with respect of origin. I'll give one more dimension so that become defined, so it won't like move now. For further restricting, we can give one more distance, so it becomes perfectly defined. Now this circle is movable, it is free to move. I want that should be tangent with this line, so we can use here contact constraint. We'll select the circle and we'll select the line and become tangent. Now if you move that, you can see it is only moving to the circle, that because that is maintaining tangency. It do not go up and down. But if you delete the tangency by selecting that, you can see it can move anywhere. So with this option, we can also maintain tangency as well. Now what happened? It picks some relation. I have to delete that. Now if I apply, we can apply again tangents. Next option is fix together. So now let me delete all the dimensions that I added to this part and this relation also. I want both the objects to be fixed together. I'll take option fix together. We'll select the number of objects that we want to fix together and do OK. Now if you move one object, you can see second will move. If you move this line, the circle will also move because both become fixed to each other. So if you want to fix any two objects together, we can use this option and we can fix them. Next, we are going to see auto constraint method. Let's delete all. Now when we create something and we want to define that by using automatic constraint method, we can use auto constraint. Sometimes we're not able to define the object. In that cases also we can use this tool to auto define. So software will automatically add the dimension by its understanding. Let's create, I'll make one circle here, I'll make one object here. So like this I made number of objects. Now I want everything will be defined. Let's delete this relation. So we'll go to the option auto constraint. Now we'll select origin and the dimension together. So I want that will take a relation with the origin and do OK. So here you can see it just added all the dimension that is required to define this object. Now you can move and adjust to see a proper view. So if you want to edit it, you can edit it one by one. Or what we can do, we have one option to edit the dimensions. We have this option is called edit multi constraint. So you select the objects and go to the option edit multi constraint. So here you will get all the dimension. What do you want to do? What do you want to change? If you want to do some round figure of dimensions, you can easily do here. Like it's 7.5, I want to make it. Then you can go to next object. I want to make it 10. This is like 35 degrees. This is 46 degree. This is 15 distance. This is 16 distance. This is 18 distance. This is again 18 I want to take. This is 25. Like this way we can change the dimension. We can see what we are changing here and which change that is showing different color, which we are changing that is showing orange color. Like this is 30. Once we change, we go to the next one like 35, 30, exactly 35, 40, 45, here also 45, let's make it downward. This is 50. So this way we'll just transform all the dimensions. 100, 150, 220. So if you want to restore any value, if you click restore, it will be restored to previous value also. Once you're done, you can click on preview or do OK, and you can see the dimension is edited properly. So this is how you can use edit multi-constraint option. Now next we'll see how to use animate constraint option. For this tool, we'll make some object. So here I'm making cylinder and piston arrangement. We'll make one circle. We'll define the dimension. I'll make it 60 diameter. I'll make one rectangle. And I want to make this rectangle be center exactly. So I'll use metrical tool. We'll select this line, press Ctrl, select this line and the axis. Click on constraint define dialog box and click on symmetry option, so it will be centered. Now we'll define this rectangle. I'll define the origin distance like it is 100. Next, we'll modify the size of object. Let's make it exactly 30. And also we'll define the size of this. Let's make it 80. Now I'm going to trim this, so we'll use here trim option. We'll take trim tool and click on that line. We'll double click on the trim tool so to remain active continuously. Now we'll make a piston. We'll define one rectangle here and we'll making it symmetrical about center. And we'll also define the size of this rectangle. Now I'll reduce this height to 70. Now you can see this is moving up and down. So here we'll make a crank now. I'll take profile tool, we'll draw from origin and we'll just make that to be exactly on center. Now we'll define the size of this crank. Let's make it 45. Let's define this. Let's make it 25, or we can take this to be 30. And we'll define this angle between them. Any angle we'll take. Also I'm reducing some height of this. Let's take it 80, and this will also adjust some distance. I'm taking this 40 and this, let's take 28. Little more, I'll adjust it. 85 is better. We'll animate this, so we'll go to the option animate dimension. We'll select this angle to animate. We'll define start angle is 0 and defining last angle is 360 degree. Number of step I'm taking 100 and we can play. So we'll go one loop and stop. You want to hide the constraint, you click on hide constraint. You can play. In between you want to stop, you can click on stop button. You want to play reverse, you can click on the reverse button and again play. And we can also click on loop play animation. It will be playing loops. And I want to play continuously. We'll click on this option repeat method. So it will be going to repeat the animation. So like this, you want to show the constraint, you can show the constraint also. So this is how we have used Animate Constraint Toolbar and we have completed the constraint tool options. If you like this video, subscribe our channel and thank you for watching this video.